Hi folks, my name is Peter Turnus and I wanted to welcome you to the first episode of Live Long, Live Life. The name tells a story and the reason I created this company. My goal is to show you a path to a healthy and long life, an alternative from just living life and surviving on pharmaceutical drugs. I think as we grow old, we would rather enjoy life than just exist. I didn't want to be old and incapable of doing the things I wanted to do. At 54 years old, I found myself at 255 pounds, which for me is about 50 pounds overweight. Diabetic, I had high blood pressure, the start of fatty liver, I had anxiety, and really bad panic attacks. But other than that, I was fine. My energy level was extremely low. On most days, I couldn't wait to get home and sit on the couch and watch TV. I was on 5 pills for my issues, and my doctor wanted to put me on 2 more. That's 7 pills. At 54 years old. How many would I be taking at 60 or 65 or 80? Would I even see 80? And if I did, would I be in a home just being kept alive? Well, here's a fun fact for you. The average 80-year-old fills 22 prescriptions a year. The pharmaceutical companies are getting creative and combining 2 pills into 1 prescription. So at my pace, I was way above average. Go me. Probably something you don't want to be above average on. Now, here's another fun fact. For every good a drug does, it also does something bad. I promise you that even a baby aspirin is doing damage to your liver, your kidney, your gut, and your ability to cleanse and detox your body naturally. By the end of this video, you'll have 2 tools in your bag that will allow you to lose weight, cure, and yes, I said cure your diabetes and your high blood pressure. Now, let me add this in before we move forward. I'm not a doctor. I've never attended or never planned on attending medical school. See, I have nothing against doctors. It's not their fault. They are taught to diagnose a disease, then prescribe the appropriate pharmaceutical drug that can help you with the symptoms of that disease. They are not taught to cure a disease. There's no money in the cure. But think about the money you make on taking care of the symptoms. Since January 2nd, 2025, I lost 45 pounds, no longer have diabetes, and my blood pressure is normal. I also no longer suffer from anxiety and or panic attacks. I feel like I'm 20 years old again. I keep up with my 19-year-old son, who's an incredible athlete and hockey player. I took a different road, and as you'll see from future videos, a road that has changed my life forever. My journey started in November of 2024, and a thought that popped into my head as I stared at my blood glucose finger prick results that showed a fasted blood sugar level of 200. Yep, 200, and I hadn't eaten a thing for probably 10 hours. I was on metformin at the time, and that scared me to death. I heard about these devices called constant glucose monitors, aka CGMs, and I wanted to try one. I wanted to see what food was doing to my body. I was using the finger prick device, but that told me a story a few times a day when I remembered to check. I did see readings of 400 plus after some meals, and I knew I was in trouble. A CGM will give you a reading every 5 minutes, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. This is it, the Dexcom G7 CGM. In my opinion, the best one out there. You download an app and using Bluetooth, connect it to your phone, and now you can see what your blood sugar is like 24 hours a day. The big joke is that you need a prescription to get one. If you have insurance that refuses to pay for it like I do, thanks Obama, you need to come out of pocket for it. I found a company that if you use their app, they can sell you a CGM at a very, very discounted rate. Or you can use an app called GoodRx and get a discount as well. I like the app you get with this company called Levels. It's what I use every day. They give you a daily score and you can go back from day 1 and track your progress. It makes it fun and you're engaged in your health. I'll put the link in the description if you want to go that route and use Levels. The cost for the month is around $190 if you don't have insurance. If you have insurance, that's awesome. It'll probably be free or whatever your copay is. You get 3 sensors, so you get 3 of these in a 1-month supply, each lasting 10 days. This is the most incredible, life-changing event that has ever happened to me. I mean, you eat something, you look at your phone, and literally watch what it does to your blood sugar in real time. Every 5 minutes, you get stressed, And you can watch what stress does to your body as well, to your blood sugar. Pretty incredible to watch and learn what food is doing to your body. Actually, sometimes it's pretty scary. On November 27, 2024, I put the first CGM on my arm, and the rest, as they say, is history. It's still on my arm today. This black patch is a cover that goes over it to make it look nicer. It's painless, and you forget it's even there. Now, imagine being a smoker and watching your lung die in real time as you smoked. I bet you that you would quit smoking pretty quickly. The visual of what you are doing to your body is pretty powerful. It made me think twice about eating a donut, for example. I ate one with my CGM on and watched my blood sugar rise like a rocket. I now knew what eating a donut would do, and I chose not to do that to my body. Before the CGM, I knew a donut was bad for me, but I didn't really understand why it was bad. Now I do. Well, I was on a mission. I had not gotten a blood test since 2013, and I wanted to go in and get checked. I knew I had issues, and I wanted to see how bad. I checked my blood pressure every day, and I knew that it was high. I check my blood glucose now every 5 minutes on my app, and I knew that I needed to figure that out too. And I also started to have anxiety problems, and they were bad. I couldn't sleep at night. I would lay down to sleep, and that's when my mind would start racing at 1,000 miles per hour. When I finally did fall asleep, I would wake up in the middle of the night and jump out of bed in a full panic attack. If you never had a panic attack, then you will find it hard to imagine what it's like. But to give you an idea, imagine you're in the woods and 10 yards in front of you is a bear and it starts running at you. Think about the adrenaline rush that you would have, the fear that would run through your body. Your body would go into survival mode. Your fight or flight senses would kick in. Your liver would dump its stores of glycogen, getting you ready for this life or death situation. Now, imagine the same stuff happening, but you're laying in bed, and those same feelings, that rush of adrenaline, the fight or flight scenario that sends you into the state of mind where it's 3 a.m. in January, snowing, and you need to go for a walk outside. I didn't know where to go, just that I had to go. It's a crazy, helpless feeling. Just some advice. If you know anyone that's going through a panic attack, don't tell them things will be okay or that everything is fine. If we thought everything was fine, we wouldn't be having a panic attack. If we tell you the world is ending, just agree with us. It seems to work for me. That and some Xanax. Why am I telling you all this? I want you all to know my starting point, why I put a CGM on, and why I finally decided to go see my doctor for a blood test. My main objective initially for seeing my doctor was to get a prescription for Lexapro. I heard it worked, and I knew people that were on it. I would have done anything to feel normal, taken anything, done anything. I was ready for any drug that may work. I couldn't deal with this anxiety stuff. I really couldn't. If you suffer from anxiety, stay tuned because I will be talking a lot about anxiety. It would be good for a few days, then bad for a few days. There was no trigger. It just happened. And at the time, I had no idea why. I finally scheduled a doctor's visit for February 19th, 2025. I also wanted to check my A1C, which is the 100-day average of my blood glucose. Now, as crazy as it seems, I didn't want to be a pathetic diabetic loser in front of my doctor. So once I had my CGM in, I tried really hard to keep my blood glucose under control. I knew that at the root of all my problems is my diabetes. Was this hard to do? Well, it was hard to do. I obviously knew that if I didn't eat sugar, I would be fine. But let's face it, if I didn't love sugar and bread and pizza and French fries and chicken cutlets and ice cream and cold cut sandwiches, Entenmann's chocolate chip cookies, jelly munchkins, apple pie, and did I mention ice cream? I love ice cream. If I didn't love sugar, I wouldn't be in this boat to begin with. But I just wanted my A1C number to be respectable, if that makes sense. I had Xanax, so I was able to survive till I can go get on Lexapro. Lexapro is an SSRI, a daily pill I could take to help my situation. At the time, I didn't know why or how it worked, but I knew it worked. Let's fast forward to January 2nd, 2025, and my New Year's resolution of walking 10,000 steps a day. Let's also take a moment to look at my before and after photos. I almost never did this video because I didn't want to put these pictures on the internet. They are embarrassing to say the least. My wife told me, wow, I didn't realize your face was so fat. Thanks, hon. Not sure if that was a compliment, but I knew I had to do this. Crazy how simple it was to regain my life and, more importantly, my health. All right, this is me, January 2nd, 2025, weighing in at 255 pounds. As you can see, nice belly, nice man boobs. I was a mess. Diabetic, high blood pressure, massive anxiety, and basically the start of my 10,000 steps a day that I would do for the next 4 months. I still do them today, but my goal was to do it till April 10th and see what I look like then. Here I am on April 10th, 2025, weighing in at 225 pounds. I lost 30 pounds in about 13 weeks, a little over 2 pounds a week. I did nothing but walk and watch what I ate. No calorie deficit, no fasting. Just try to keep my blood glucose as good as I could. That and walk 10,000 steps. Whether on a treadmill or walking around, I always hit my goal. I felt great. I started to see results, and I wanted to now start working out. Time to hit the weights with my son. As you later will see, I'm a maniac and have a home gym so my son and I can work out. I built it for him, but now I needed it too. I felt good. Here we are about 6 to 7 weeks later, end of May, and the gym, along with the tan, is paying off. I use Mike Mentzer's philosophy on 1 set to failure per body part and getting rest to grow, and the results have been impressive. My goal was never to look like this. It was just to get healthy. But along the way, a crazy thing happened. For the first time in a long time, I looked in the mirror and I liked what I saw. Now, no leg day jokes. I know my legs are small. Starting July 7th, I will be working on my legs and really trying to promote growth. This picture was taken the end of June. I weigh 210 pounds. I've lost 45 pounds and put on some muscle. I love this journey. I feel great. I take no pharmaceutical drugs. I can't wait to see what I look like in January 2026. I invite you to take this journey with me. I hope you will join me. I want to end this video by giving you 2 things to start right now. First, I want to be clear. This was never about a weight loss journey, but a journey about getting healthy and getting off the prescription drugs. Losing weight is easy. I bet everyone watching this video knows how to lose weight. We've all been on diets and lost weight. The problem is we lose the weight, get off the diet, and we gain the weight back again. An endless cycle that not only doesn't work, but is extremely not healthy. I recently had my 55th birthday. So a very important thing to remember is that it took me 55 years to build the mess I started with. So I didn't expect an overnight change. It's a process, a long process, which involves permanent changes with some in-between short-term fixes. If you're on prescription drugs, make sure you stay on them. And with the help of your doctor, start to get off them when you are healthy and ready. This process takes time. Now, before I get into the 2 things you need to do today to get started, I want to give you my why. Why am I creating this video? This video has been a few weeks in the making, and I'm wrapping it up today. Officially, video number 1 of what hopefully will be a long line of videos. Today's August 28th, 2025, and I started this journey on January 1st, 2025. When I started, I weighed 255 pounds. I was on medication for high blood pressure, diabetes, and anxiety. I felt tired all the time. I woke up in the morning tired. And to put it bluntly, I felt like shit. I'm 6'3", and currently I weigh 204 pounds and take no medications at all. I have the energy of a 20-year-old. I've actually started to love life again. I still wear a glucose CGM monitor every day as a constant reminder that food is the enemy and the cause of all my health issues. I also spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos and realize most people talking about getting healthy and living longer are mostly young, and the ones with the great bodies are mostly on steroids. When you're over 50, working out, it's not the same workout that these steroid guys are promoting on YouTube. You have to be careful. It's very easy to injure yourself. There was no one showing people what to do day by day to get healthy. to increase muscle while losing fat, to get rid of visceral fat, which is the dangerous fat. And I personally have a problem with visceral fat. We will get into that in the next few videos. I will be showing you what to do to build muscle and do it in a 20 to 30 minute workout. I will show you what to do day by day. The pharmaceutical companies want you sick, and I think finally America is waking up to the corruption in our food industry and in our pharmaceutical industry. It's time we get our health back, so let's get started. Step 1, get a CGM. A CGM is a constant glucose monitor. Earlier in the video I explained where to get one. I personally use the Dexcom G7 and I love it. Once you have it on, you can experiment with foods and what they do to you. Food has different effects on you than it does on me. I can have ice cream and keep my sugar reasonably under control, but cookies and cake will send it skyrocketing. Remember, food is the enemy, so understanding it will bring about healthy choices. The most important thing to remember is you could never outwork a bad diet. So step 1, get a CGM, link it to your phone, and you will start to see your glucose levels every 5 minutes, 24 hours a day. It's the most valuable health info you will ever get. Now, let's talk about a cheat code I used and step number 2. The cheat code to eating the bad stuff once in a while is walk. Since January 2nd, I was on a 10,000 steps a day program. My cell phone tracked my steps in the beginning, but I later got a Whoop to track my steps and also my sleep. We will later do a whole video on Whoop and its importance to a healthy lifestyle. Probably my favorite gadget next to my CGM. To make a long story kind of short and how I discovered this cheat code that I now look at as something that is so painfully obvious, but you know the saying, you don't know what you don't know. Believe me, I felt dumb. See, when I ate dinner, I would go from eating to watching TV on the couch. One late night, after eating 3 slices of pizza, now I know what you're thinking, pizza. My wife and son wanted pizza, so they ordered a pizza, and I gave in. Pizza is my kryptonite. That night, I was also about 5,000 steps short of my 10,000 step goal. So I ate, and I got on a treadmill to watch a movie and get my steps in. I was checking my glucose numbers, and I know that 250 to 300 was coming, but the highest they got was to 145, and a light bulb finally went on. I'm going to be honest, I felt like I discovered the cure to being a fat diabetic. A cheat code. Eat and walk. It made me think of Europe, specifically Sparta, Greece, where my family's from, and where I spent almost all my summers growing up. We would eat in a place called the Platea, a huge space surrounded by restaurants. Picture a big square the size of a football field where one side was the street and the other 3 sides were restaurants and cafeterias. People would eat, then get up and walk up and down this square. The kids would run around with other kids and the adults would walk back and forth enjoying conversation with each other. After 30 minutes to an hour, they would walk to their cars and go home. What was happening? They ate what they ate, then burned off those carbs by walking. I started to now understand why people out there live longer and, more importantly, lived healthier and were able to enjoy their old age. What did I do? I got breakfast at Dunkin' drive-thru and ate breakfast in the car on the way to work, had lunch sitting at my desk, then got home, ate dinner, and hit the couch. There were days where I didn't get 1,000 steps, let alone 10,000. Over time, my body started to break down. My pancreas was working overtime. My liver is screaming for help. My kidneys are working extra hard. And eventually, they all start to fail. I got to where I got to by lifestyle choices. And so did you. It's time to change our lifestyle to change our results. Let's quickly summarize the 2 steps. 1, get a CGM monitor and wear it every day. I still have mine on 10 months later. 2, walk 10,000 steps a day, no matter what. To be successful, you need a treadmill. If you go on Facebook Marketplace, you can find people getting rid of them for a few $100s. I've gotten 3 so far, and we have family movie night while we walk on a treadmill. These treadmills were $3,000 or $4,000, brand new, and I got them for a few $100s. People sometimes move and need them out, or just don't use them anymore. Get out there and grab one. Instead of sitting on the couch, Set the treadmill to a comfortable walk speed of 2.5 miles per hour to 3 miles per hour and walk. Just walk. No running, relax, and walk. Wait 30 minutes after dinner and walk. Get your body depleted of all the sugar and eventually go to bed. If you want to eat a protein snack before, you can, but no carbs after you walk. This is important. After you walk, no carbs. Sugar is the enemy. When you wake up in the morning, you should try and walk for about 30 minutes. I take an amino acid supplement to keep my body from burning muscle before my walk. I try and eat a no-carb breakfast, usually eggs and bacon or an omelet of some sort, a big breakfast. Don't be shy. If you're not eating carbs, you're okay. My first meal is at noon, then I have a small lunch around 3 or 4 p.m., a burger or some form of chicken. If I can take a walk after eating, I'll have a carb like a baked potato or some rice, but if I can't, I have a salad and try to limit carbs. Because everyone has a different schedule for work, this will have to be modified for your situation. If you're at a place where it's hard to get a healthy meal, pack a lunch from home. If you work a 9 to 5, I would eat breakfast at home before work. Eat breakfast that has no carbs again. Scrambled eggs with bacon, an omelet, just no carbs. Then hit the treadmill for 30 minutes and go to work. And eat dinner as close to 7 as you can. Dinner for me is usually between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. And here I eat normal. A steak, salmon or chicken with baked potato and a salad. I do have cheat meals, so pizza and other stuff sometimes happens for dinner, but I always walk after dinner. Here's where people fail. They try and follow the strict way of eating, and they can't. Then they get frustrated and feel bad about themselves and quit. If I quit every time I cheated, then I would have been done week 1. I didn't get to 255 pounds because of my disciplined eating habits. Don't quit. Eat and walk. Watch your CGM and let it teach you about food in your body. And over time, you will make adjustments that will alter the course of your life. It could be as simple as skipping dessert or drinking water instead of soda, eating grilled chicken instead of breaded chicken. Take your time. You'll only fail if you quit. Don't quit. In future videos, we'll cover DNA testing and how that can give you the story on how your body works. We'll talk about the DEXA scan and checking your body for visceral fat. You want to lose fat while gaining muscles. Losing muscle because you lost weight is bad, very bad. As we get older, adding muscle becomes harder and harder. So don't lose what you have because getting it back is not that easy. I will share my DEXA scan results over the past few months and you will see that I was losing weight but gaining muscle. I will also share my DNA results and the supplements I take to help my body run as close to 100% as possible. We'll also talk about ivermectin and what that can do for your health. I will also share my labs as well. I do not restrict calories. I do not starve myself. I also do not torture myself. If I want to eat pizza, I do. Or have ice cream, I eat ice cream. But I always walk. Your CGM will tell you a story, and if you listen, you will be on your new health path. I will be creating videos showing you in great detail how to take control of your health and showing you what I have done and what I am doing to stay down this path. I hope I can motivate you to start your journey on this path. The key is to take it one day at a time. 9 months ago, I was on 5 pills and 255 pounds. I suffered from diabetes, high blood pressure, and massive panic attacks. Today I'm 204 pounds and take no medications. I'm in the gym trying to add muscle and loving life once again. Please hit the like button and subscribe button as well so you don't miss future videos. Bye for now, and thank you for making it to the end.